What if I told you that the single biggest factor for your child's education success is not the school, a teacher, or a curriculum? It is you. Today, I want to share some research backed insights on how you can improve or support your child's education from home with no spending required, and it's just gonna be great. Watch the video. First, let's talk about the research. In his book, Hold On to Your Kids, which I could not recommend more, every parent should read this book, Gordon Neufeld explains that a strong attachment to the caregivers is the number one factor for learning, and it also affects a child's resilience and their emotional intelligence. Studies show that parental involvement is the number one predictor of academic success, even bigger than socioeconomic status, school quality, or intelligence. Your role as the parent matters more for your child's education than their intelligence. That's insane. Today, I'm going to give you 3 no-cost ways to help support their education and build that attachment, which will benefit them in every single area of their life. If you haven't read Hold On to Your Kids by Dr. Gordon Neufeld and Gabor Mate, I don't know how to pronounce his name, highly recommend. Let's talk about 3 powerful free ways to support their education at home. The first thing you need to be doing, I'm sure you're already doing this because everyone knows this one, you got to read to your kids. You need to start at like a few months old and continue long past they are able to read by themselves. My 2nd grader reads at like a 4th grade reading level. He's insanely smart. And last night while I was reading bedtime story, he said, "When are you going to stop reading to me?" And I was like, never. Because when you read out loud to kids, you can read books that are above their level, and it boosts their vocabulary, their comprehension, their auditory processing skills, your connection, and it fosters a love of reading. It's so important. There are a few tips that I recommend to get into this habit and make reading part of the family culture. And those are to keep books around your house in as many rooms as feasible. Follow their interests. Let them pick books that they're interested in, even if they're above their level or below their level. If it's a book above their level, you can read it out loud to them, which is a great option. Or if it's a book below their level, it becomes more of like a relaxing read for them. Just let them have, one time somebody said to me, you wouldn't want to, just because you can read at this level, doesn't mean you want to read books slightly above your level all the time. Sometimes we need a book that's just an easy read, light read, a fun read, and that's what picture books are to these kids that already know how to read. Another tip is to ask questions while reading, like, what do you think is going to happen next? Why do you think that character chose to make that choice? And apply it to their life. What would you do if you were that character? Have you ever felt this way? When? One of my favorite ways to build reading into our day is to pick a consistent time and stick to it. When my boys were a little bit younger, I used to read to them every day at lunch, and they just had to sit there and listen to me and eat. And I'm like, their hands are busy, their mouths are busy, and their ears were just available to listen. It worked out really well. Now I read mostly at bedtime, but I want to incorporate more reading into the day as soon as my life gets settled from this big move that we just did. What are your favorite books right now that your children are reading? Because right now we are reading White Fang, a classic illustrated start, and it's amazing. It's so good. It's the abridged version of the classic story White Fang by Jack London, and my boys are loving it. It's just awesome. And as soon as we're done, we're going to watch the movie on Netflix, the animated one, and see how they're different and how they're the same. The second big factor that can help support your child's education at home is play. Play is learning. Sometimes play is thought of as something frivolous or something separate than education, but in reality, play is learning. Building blocks teaches physics and cause and effect, and running, climbing, and exploring outside build coordination, confidence, and gross motor skills. Here's the best part. It doesn't have to be every second, and it shouldn't take up your whole day. Play with your child for just short periods of time every day, and that can build your attachment, but then let them play independently, and that builds their education. That's where the big learning happens. First, offer open-ended materials. We personally love magnetic tiles, blocks, and Lego, but just a cardboard box can be endless possibilities to a child. Did you know it can take up to 45 minutes for a child to get deep into their imaginative play, according to Jeannie Urich from the 1,000 Hours Outside podcast? That is amazing to me. So when your kids are playing outside and they come back in after 15 minutes, just tell them, sorry, it takes 45 minutes for you to get into your play, so you're going to have to stay out there at least half an hour longer. The third factor that can support your child's education at home without spending a dime is involving them in lifestyle, everyday activities like cooking, cleaning, shopping, and all of that. Everyday interactions are a goldmine of learning. Some of the best learning experiences that we have with our kids are just everyday moments that we share together. Cooking equals math, science, and following directions. Grocery shopping teaches budgeting, reading labels, and decision making. Gardening teaches responsibility and patience. These moments matter more than we realize. And the best part is that it doesn't cost a dime. All you need is to love your child and they turn out just fine, basically. Every interaction with your child is a chance to teach them, not through rigid lessons, but through your example, the socializing, the banter, and just the skills that they gain by watching you. What is one chore or task that your child enjoys doing at home? My kids, we used to have this little Swiffer, and the kids go crazy over a kid-sized Swiffer. They love that thing. So if you've ever felt overwhelmed trying to pick a curriculum or a program or a teacher or a school, please take a deep breath and remember that the biggest thing you can do to support your child's education is be involved in their life. Read to them, let them play, give them time to be bored, and let them tag along on these regular everyday experiences with you. If this video helped or inspired you in any way, please consider liking or subscribing for more, because I am planning on sharing all kinds of homeschool content, parenting, even marriage maybe, baking, learning activities, all kinds of stuff. I have so many ideas running in my brain. I just can't wait to get started. This is my third ever long form YouTube video, and I'm just excited, man. We're getting started. If you started in 2025, let's be friends, because I don't know what I'm doing yet. I seriously have no idea, and I would love a buddy.